Hi, I'm Doug Doherty with Hamilton Flourishing, and we're glad that you're here today. We're talking to Cynthia Stanley-Cash, who is running for City Council District 5 in the March 2nd municipal elections. She's one of five people in this district, uh, so she has a lot of competition. So we really want to hear what she has to say. This is an important district, this is an important election. And Cynthia, how are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you, Doug?
I'm
And
great. I'm
and
great. I'm glad.
listeners,
We've had several false starts on getting this interview going, so I'm glad we're finally getting to it. Uh,
you know, I am so appreciative with your patience to reschedule. So thank you so much. I lost my brother and you gave me another rescheduling. So thank you all.
well, we're sorry about your loss, and but we're just delighted to have you. And this is, like I say, District 5 is important. There are five folks
Yes.
running from it, and we need to hear from everybody. And
Good.
so, tell us a little bit, Cynthia, about yourself and the things you've done in Council District 5. Are you from Chattanooga?
Born and raised, I'm from Chattanooga. My parents moved from Alabama with my three brothers, and they moved on the west side. And my sister and I were born here, and I've never moved away. I've always loved my city. I'm not a big traveler, so I've never moved away. I grew up, went to the local schools, Riverside High School, I graduated from. I attended Chattanooga State and some UTC, and I wound up working at UTC, and I retired from UTC after 30 years of service 4 years ago.
Wow.
But while being a working mother, I'm married to Fred Cash. He's one of the original singers with the Impression singing group.
Is that
And
your husband?
yes,
I didn't
yes.
know that.
I married later on, in my late 20s, my
Yeah.
first. But Fred is from here and he's a native Chattanoogan. But he was traveling. I didn't know him then as far as his major traveling days until later on. Yes, keep on pushing. Amen. Just a lot of beautiful songs, and thank you for recognizing. So
Now,
while he traveled, I've always been a working mother, so I attended PTA meetings, volunteered with the school, and then we bought a home in the North Brainerd. So I joined the North Brainerd Neighborhood Association, and I just love working and volunteering. And so, since I'm retired, I am retired to fill this seat full time, give it my all. And I love my community. I love the neighbors. District 5 is a majority homeowner community. I would say like generational homes where you truly appreciate them. They're well built, great neighbors over 30, 40 years. And if you drive through the subdivisions, you'll find that it's just like a city, beautiful subdivisions from Brainerd Road, Moore Road, over there by the levee. I live over near the levee, going all the way up to Highway 58, Bunny Oaks, Washington Hills. Oh, just beautiful subdivisions. So we are very, very blessed to
so
have
you've been
generational.
you've sort of been anchored in District 5 for quite a while, then, haven't you?
Yes, yes, over 30 years.
And tell everybody a little bit where District 5 is.
Okay, I'll tell you the boundary lines as far as on the west side of both tunnels, Macaulay tunnels and Wilcox tunnel, but more so when you come out of the Wilcox tunnel, um, everything on the left hand side is District 5 and the other side is District 9. So District 5 technically start right there from this portion of the North Brainerd, going up Moore Road to Old Mission, a little bit in Brainerd. We're so distant. And then you go up Jersey Pike, going up Highway 58, Bunny Oaks Drive, Lake Hills, Washington Hills, Highway 58, and come back down Bunny Oaks Drive again. So it's so diverse.
That's great.
And generational, I love to say generational neighborhoods and homes. We have a lot of
Well,
beautiful new ones.
in that situation, you have a lot of people, homeowners, who are concerned about the safety of their neighborhoods, and I imagine that's a big issue, isn't it?
One of them, yes, and that's what make us so unified as neighborhood association residents. I will
Mhm.
say that, and not just homeowners. That we have a lot, renters. We have longtime renters too that
Mhm.
wind up buying homes in our communities. So yes, yes,
One of the
but we
questions,
need help. We need to pay more attention to our roads, our subway entrances, and the sewer ditches. We need just a good cleanup in our community now, and we need to uplift our business plazas. We have several going all the way up, in different areas. What I mentioned, they each have little small business plazas that were built during the time the homes were built, and we want our businesses to be uplifted, and we are hoping for a mini police precinct to be positioned in in a centralized location, since our district is so vast, coming
yeah.
from Brainerd Road all the way up to Highway 58.
Well, one of the
I,
questions I like to ask people as we're opening up is where do they go to church? And you sound like a church-going woman. Do you go to church?
I do, but coronavirus, we're all attending on the internet,
Yeah,
but I associate. I am a member, strong supporter of Amazing Grace Ministries. They're a church without walls, and I say they because the Pastor Hendricks and his wife are both pastors and they're doctors. But now my foundation started with my parents coming from Alabama. Our family always have been and is a Christian believing family. We're not, we don't thump you over the head. It's just what we believe. I'm Baptist, but I visit other denominations. Matter of fact, I like to listen to First Baptist Church of Cleveland, Tennessee. I happened across that last year. It's a beautiful church, and that's right up the road. I've been planning on visiting there, but I will say that I was baptized in Alabama. I went through the old process of being baptized in the creek when I was 12 years old, and I'm a believer, and we're all sinners too.
excuse me. Tell
Bless
me
you.
this: you're running for District 5, and
Yes.
why do you believe you would make a good councilman for District 5 or councilwoman?
Thank you. Um, my experience I have in with our neighborhood association through the years. When I first moved in the community, I moved in Woodmore when I was single with my mother and sister. We bought a home in Woodmore when our kids were uh, elementary, and our first home was in Woodmore, beautiful subdivision in 1981. And I associated with the schools and volunteering. And when you do that and unite with other causes, you can get more things done. So joining the homeowners association when I married and moved into the North Brainerd community, they were already formed, and we have a lot of professionals. I was so impressed with the people, and the ones work downtown. They lived in the community and they were already formed and very strong. And I joined the neighborhood association to represent my street, and it's been like over 20 years. And we have worked with the Mayor Kansi administration. We've worked with Senator, former Mayor Bob Corker administration, and the mayor directly, and the Mayor Littlefield, and current Mayor Burke, but not as much this term. But my experience in the community, and I can list our accomplishments, and I say our, it's not me. I just happen later on to be blessed to be appointed president, and we were very instrumental. We worked hard in getting the Walmart neighborhood grocery store built right there at Moore Road and Shallowford Road, which is located near Dalewood School.
That's
It's a
great.
beautiful. Yes, it took, it takes a while. You can say we have food deserts and you can say this and that, but those are long range plans. So it took us about 2 terms, Mayor Corker, Mayor Kinsey terms, to work with planners and bring, and school sidewalks, community sidewalks. We got our subdivision entrances, the brick walls, with your neighborhood names rebuilt. We was approved for a $10,000 neighborhood grant to use how you want to beautify your community. And we were successful in getting approval. We built one at the levee that's recognizing the North Brainerd. And we, attending. Oh, now it takes a lot going to city council, regional planning, county commission, zoning. So going through all the process with our committees to do that, and associating, getting to know the administrators and council. And our council, now we'll give our council person. We started with Councilman John Duke Franklin, and then Councilman Russell Gibbard. So they both were very helpful, and I give them credit. So you have to know your representatives and have community support and participation. And I don't believe in just doing it myself. When someone bring me a problem, I do my part, and then you walk with me to do your part, and we do it together. So like if you have a pothole on your street and you live several blocks over, you know your street. So let's put that complaint in, and I'll go with you to show you the next step if they haven't finished it. Let's go to city council. Let's call our council person. So I believe in unity and leadership. I have a saying where it's like a chandelier. The leader is just one bulb, just a bigger bulb, but we need all the other bulbs to make the chandelier shine brighter.
Uh,
So,
you've got just lots of experience then in working through actual problems in your community, don't you?
well, thank you for putting it that way, because I'm not a bragger, but I feel so, because when I listen, I didn't intend to run this time. It's not about me, but, and it's a couple good presidents that's running, then it's new ones running. Well, I didn't intend to run this time, but when I look over my background, my paperwork, and our North Brainerd news articles, talking about different, how we responded and united. It's great articles out there recognizing all other homeowners too and other presidents. So when I think about what all we've done, we're still doing it, but we've slowed down because of, the coronavirus, and I would say some lack of unity from other groups that wanted to supersede some of our progress. So you have that yin and a yang. But yes, I feel we have what they say, paperwork, credentials, and accomplishments. And we don't want to be represented by new people that don't know our community from Brainerd Road to Highway 58. You can say you want to do this and that because you moved in the community, but do you know your neighbors? Thank
Cynthia,
you.
let me ask you this. What would be your top three issues if you were elected? What are your one, two, three issues?
I'll my our emergency issues that will greatly help our community, and that's something we need as taxpayers, homeowners, are easy. That can be done in 30 days. The first 30 days, that's what I say on my platform. Since we do have the Walmart grocery store, we need some kind of traffic enforcement right there. I know we've already pursued getting a red light, but those 2 red lights, that's right there, they say are too close to put another one. But we still need some type traffic enforcement, because if you're familiar with that area, it's really hard to pull out either way, going on Moore Road another way. So pursuing that, within my first 30 days. And another would be the Carter bus services. need to be more accommodating to the working residents and citizens, because since they're a free ride bus service now due to coronavirus, it's causing the buses to be full for the working residents to get to work and transfer. So they're having a hard time. I've heard that, getting out and about. That's something Carter may not be familiar, or I think we need to work on that so they won't be, having to catch Ubers and lose their job from being late. And we want to pursue saving the Eastgate Senior Activity Center. That's a jewel in our community. I was planning on joining the Steppers and the other members, as far as that's a senior center that's specifically for adults, I'll say, where it's not forbidding young people. It's separate from the Brainerd Rec Center and the other center that's more accommodating to the youth. The Eastgate Senior Activity Center is very important.
I'm
Now,
very
as far
curious.
as long range plans, I'll
Yeah.
say this: as far as long range three priorities, learning city government, working with the city attorney, learning the budget, doing the city council duties too. So while I'm studying, because I don't know that part, I'm not an auditor, but that's what the departments are for, to bring you up to speed, educate you on the city council duties. Now, to me, through the years, as I've gotten to know council members and their duties, technically, it is to take care of your citizens in the district first, and first the city government. So I don't know city government. So I would say the first 6 months, 1 year, I will be training up as a qualified trained city councilwoman. And it would be the first one for District 5.
Well, let me ask you this. We were talking a little bit before the interview, and you actually have a job description, I think, of the city council, and you're the first person who's brought this up. I didn't know such a thing existed. Can you share that with us real quick?
Yes, yes. When I ran last time, that's what I did. I said, now let me check on the duties and the qualifications. I don't like running blindly for anything. So, do I have a minute to read?
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay. One is to appoint city administrators. One of the most important city council duties is to select and hire the top administrators for the city, such as the city manager or chief of police. Smaller cities will have a city council staff. That's what I mean, the staff help you. So I'll skip those two sentences. Another essential part of the job description of a city council member is to pass local ordinances. Most city councils have board powers to write laws in any area that does not impinge on state or federal prerogatives. Traffic ordinances, noise control regulations, anti-pollution measures, and ordinances regarding land development are all examples of ordinances passed by city councils. New city ordinances must go through a legislative process, such as just as federal or state laws do. A bill must be introduced, blah, 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 by a city council member. It's a little more. And develop budgets. City council members are also responsible for the development of an annual city budget. I'll skip that due to time as far as larger cities. There might be a separate budget for a capital improvement plan or regarding funds approved in bond packages. In some places, a mayor or other administrator prepares a budget and presents it to city council for approval. That's it. So, like I said, my first 6 months first month, a year, we'll be learning from the administrators that are paid to to train us and do the job, present the job, and we approve or not approve the job. So while I'm doing that, if I can say, I believe in including members, neighbors, when as a president. So doing in the leadership of city councilwoman, I will form a District 5 neighborhood homeowner resident and business council to represent the needs of District 5 in the different subdivision business districts and neighborhoods. And they would consult and guide me on the community needs, and we'll do what we need to do. And then I will be learning the legality of the position, because it is very important to know what you're doing on this level.
Yeah, yeah. Have
Yes.
you thought through enough? Have you looked at the city budget? What is your position on some kind of a tax increase?
Well, that's another reason why elections concern homeowners, because, a lot of us are retired. We've paid in, we've worked and paid taxes, city and county taxes. See, in the city, you pay two taxes, and sewer and water. And I happen to have that, the city and the county. Now, I'm not saying no to tax increases. What I'm saying is seniors and longtime homeowners that have retired, sit on their income and have paid in for years, kids out of school, we need a tax break. Tax the new homeowners, the new citizens that's settling in with beautiful neighborhoods too. We need a break in the city. Maybe we just pay city taxes and not county. So you can increase the taxes. I'm not against that, but I think we need to be fair to retired citizens. I'll put it that way, as far as homeowners. And the city and county, I do have a form here. They do offer tax freeze sorry, I dropped my paper. So that's another thing. My first year, we will pursue how this can better help. We have a tax freeze program. It's for citizens over 65, but you have to earn less than $39,620. But now, if you have a husband and you're both retired and you had a pretty good job and more than one person in your home, I would say 2 or 3 salaries would be more than 39,000. So that will help us, even if we were taxed again, this qualification would exempt us. So I would work with the state elected leaders, because this is something higher up, but I believe in unity. We vote for them. I would look into this and see how we could go about raising that qualification total, because technically, now I didn't retire with a lot of money. I was so thankful with a good paying job. And this is 39,000 or less. That's one person with a retirement check and maybe a benefit check. And then you have a husband or a spouse, and with both salaries combined, it will be over 39. And then there's another property tax relief program that's offered too. So I'm not, and you all can go on the city website and read more about it, your listeners. But there's another offer, and that's for elderly, disabled, and disabled veterans. If you own a home, you can qualify for this property tax relief program. Now you have to earn make more under $29,860. You have to, earn less than that. So if you were a general and you were disabled, I'm sure your check would be bigger than that yearly, wouldn't
I don't know.
it? And they
Well,
have one other United Way through United Way, it's a water quality assistant program that will help too. So yes, that's another long range 1 year, 3 priority goals
Let me ask you a question that I've asked
that will help.
everybody we've talked to.
Okay.
And it's a two-part question. Uh, the first part of the question, as I've talked to people running for office, the theme has come up that Chattanooga is really two Chattanoogas. And people have taken different tracks on that. They said, well, parts of it have grown and prospered, and then other parts haven't. People have said, well, we just haven't caught up with our growth. And then other people have said, no, we're really two separate cities and they're not treated fairly and equitably. Uh, Tell me what you think is this is a two-part question. One of them is tell me what you think is the truth about Chattanooga. Are we a divided community? Because you have to be, as a council member, not only represent District 5, you're responsible for the whole city as part of that legislative group. So tell me what you think the truth is about Chattanooga. And then I'm going to ask you, what do you think is the right direction for the city for the next 4 years? So the first question is, you've lived here all your life. What do you think of Chattanooga?
Well, again, like I said, my parents settled on the west side. So back through those years, I'll say the baby boomers. I'm a baby boomer like you. Um, that's where you settled on the west side, south side. Beautiful living. We were in the neighborhoods. It was a house. We rented houses. We looked at the high rises like condos, and it, it was upward mobility. So through the years, it's and I love how it is now downtown. I love downtown.
Hmm.
I've always imagined building up our small business plazas in the city council districts that are older and could use beautification, as far as bringing some of that beautification into the districts. So it depends how what's bothering you when you think about two cities, two Chattanoogas. And I can say we have a two-part district. Like District 5 is majority homeowners. We have apartments in some areas, and then you have Beirut in some areas, hot spots. So
Mhm.
each district have their hot spots. So you have two districts. You can look at city council districts that way, as far as how do you look at two cities? Are you asking me racially, job wise, beautification and city council? I'm not just saying, are you asking me, Doug?
Right,
The question is so wide, so several ways to look at it, but I
right.
can understand the studies. Being here, and I've read them, I agree with a lot. And then if you don't understand why that's happening, you can be upset. And then I believe, well, if you don't do your part to make, do your part to bring development where you live, that's what you get. And then if you don't have leadership that pay you any attention, or you have a relationship with them, or they don't care for the district will corrode. And I've always said your communities and your city council districts reflect leadership. Your
Uh,
city reflect leadership. And
Good
we have
evening.
beautiful districts, and we have some that's being worked on now. We need ours. We're still in good shape. We just need more infrastructure. It's a lot of homes that we have a lot. We live over here by the levee, so that's why they built the levee, because of the flooding and the 30-year plan. So we went through that. It may be time for another levee. So we have some subdivision areas that the water retains in the yard, and now the homes are getting that mold on the outside, and we have beautiful trees and we have aging trees. So you can look at a city council district two ways and see one other district, oh, they're doing good over there, but the district lines border up against each other. Over there is just across the street and it's another district. That's like the red light at the grocery store. Uh, Now I can say it's a district near us, near the airport. They have flashing lights. They have a an island. They have new paved roads when you leave the airport. You have flashing light, but no people crossing the lights yet. But that's planning for the future because of traffic. And you have a beautiful little subdivision over there in Shepherd. But if you build it, they will come. So apparently that council person was able to get the roads improved to connect to the interstate and for the walkers. But they're not walking there yet. So I thought I would partner with that city council representative. Matter of fact, it's Kara Burks. We knew each other before she was council. She was neighborhood president. Um, she's done great. I would learn from the seasoned council members to implement progress and improvement in our district. And I will guarantee I am not uh, planning on stopping any progress downtown. That's beautification. It's just that you want to be able to drive back to where you live in your subdivision uh, through on good roads. You don't want your out of towners. I'm tired of looking at the trash and this and that due to lack of funding and employee assignment as far as public works. And I believe in union. I believe in fair pay. And I'm sorry to be so long. I'm
No,
visualizing that flashing light over there.
we're going to run out of time in a minute. Let me just ask you one more question. Um, Jobs, good jobs is in a strong economy is essential for a healthy city. I mean, it's
Oh,
the best way forward for young families, young men, young women, is to have a good job. Well, how do you view your role as a councilwoman as in terms of recruiting businesses, helping workforce development and that sort of thing?
um, I'm glad you asked me that because we have a lot of residents in this area who are city employees in every department. They own homes, they rent, but they need to be paid well. Fire department employees, police departments, through the years, there was a program incentive for more pay. I think, well, to get a discount on purchasing a home, the police employees, if they lived in a community and participated with the neighborhood association, they got a tax break, or I'm saying the wrong thing, but they got a credit break with purchasing a home, and that helped with take home pay. And I was really shocked to know the low pay for the fire department employees and the police. Those are serious jobs, you
Yeah.
know. So I I believe in fair play. I'm thinking off the cup where I think the city hire they hire through temp service a lot. I think if the full-time employees were offered that extra cost that pays the temp service, overtime hours or extra hours to work in district communities, I'm sure they would pick up more hours and let's funnel some money that way. I don't know how, as far as they need more pay. Through my years of attending city council and looking at the salaries, I have followed the salaries of the administrators, and a lot of long-time administrators to me. The ones that make over $100,000, that's too much now. They've been in the jobs a while, a few. I think if I had my wish, the next few raises would be designated to lower paid employees, all the way down to maintenance, full-time and part-time, if that's possible. That's like now recently in the news, there was a glitch, and I don't think that was a computer glitch. I don't know, to approve raises, that's recently. That happened a few months ago.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't have those kind of problems. I, you know, that's unaccountable. That they should be held accountable, not just getting a reason why it happened. Heads should roll. I'm
Well, Cynthia,
sorry.
I hate to interrupt you, but
Oh,
we have run out of time. Tell people
no.
if they want to get involved with your campaign, what do you have a place on your website? Because we've got your website on our website, hamiltonflourishing.org, but are you looking for people to help you and volunteer and whatnot?
Well, yes, yes, yes. And due to coronavirus, if they cannot come out, make calls, call your friend. You may not live in the district. If have a friend, relative, please call them and say, hey, I heard Cynthia Stanley-Cash. She's running for City Council, District 5. And if you like what you've heard, feel free to email me at stanleycash17@gmail.com. And the reason I'm just giving you that without just my email as election email, I want your emails directly. Time is short, early voting just started, and I had a little glitch with my website. So please feel free to email me, access my email, my Facebook page, elect Cynthia Stanley-Cash at my Facebook, or my page is www.cynthiastanleycash.org.
Okay. And I will tell the people who are watching that if you'll go to hamiltonflourishing.org, on our website, we have 36 pictures of all the 35 pictures of all the people who are running for all
Good.
the elections. And we have their websites and their Facebook pages. And for most of them, we have the kind of interview that we've just done with Cynthia. So you can go there. It's a one-stop site. And you can also look up, if you don't know what district you're in, you can look up the district and it'll tell you where you are. And so you'll know what district to vote in. And if you didn't hear Cynthia, go to hamiltonflourishing.org and you can look at it there and tell your friends, and you can shoot them this video, say, hey, this lady, I like this lady, I think we ought to work for this lady, what do you think? And we want to encourage as many people to get involved in the election as possible, and we want to encourage everybody to get out and vote. It's important. Some of these council races are elected with very few votes, and it's not right. It's not fair to all the citizens when just a few people are voting. So Cynthia, any last words?
Yes, I want to thank Hamilton Flourishing, you, Doug, Sally, for the beautiful book that you all mailed. Oh, I was so shocked as far as the book of Proverbs, 77 Proverbs. I've never received a gift. Well, I don't want to say gift because campaign. Oh, thank you so much, Hamilton Flourishing. And thank you and Sally for being so patient. Oh, listeners, they worked with me. We had to reschedule about 3 times, but I was determined and they were determined to have me on. It's been a pleasure. I'm warmed up now. I wish we can talk a little more.
Well, we try to keep it to about 30 minutes, and we're over a little bit. But uh, just so everybody will know, the election is March 2nd.
Second.
Early voting goes through February the 25th, and we really encourage you to vote. Don't listen. It's your money and taxes that pays all this stuff. If you want it's your money, so it's your vote. So you go out and you cast your vote for the person you support, both for mayor and your council district. These are off-year elections. They're kind of low turnout, and we don't want that. We don't want another 17% turnout. We want up to 40, 45, 50% turnout at least for these elections. This is the people who make the rules for our city and how we live, and they have a lot of influence. So we want that. So Cynthia, we wish you a lot of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we hope you do well. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.